Shubor nakashlem jong unongsan Hima.
Ka Jowai City Ymca limbaga Jingshim ka office of Deputy Commissioner West Central Hills District haka South Rik Jalio ka Pynlong ka awareness program halor ka jingpang bakta ka jingmut jimperkhat na mental health but kumno banyada na ka jingyap da ka khat jupor yala ka jingim ya ka ni ka awareness program la Pynlong ha district library Jowai ka balawan shibenta da Khynnah school na ki school beper ka sor Jowai kumjuru kinong Hikai ka kongsan ka kong APCM DSEO West Central Hills District haga jingkran kalapan pau ka jingsngongu ya ublay buat la kidan ki suicide case hangni hangtai habu gejala bat ka district hendai bani nujor bat kiwei ka megalia kadang duna ka kongs em ka kermen balingba kum kini ki program pensngu thu ki Khynnah kinyo e jimentai ba ki jingtip ki babnya kumno bani ada na ka jingpang ka bakta e jingmut jingperkhat bat ka balaru ban shim mat ka jingim jong Lade nalor ka kongsan haga ngasngi la yo ru ka jingkran na ka kong Y Naja DSWO West Central Hills District na President Jowai City Ymca uba John R Chulai ba Shamir J Thaba Regional Secretary Ymca NER kiriu shimpang ki balawan ban ai ke jingbatai banya halul ketika phang kilong A1 mi o majau u Dr Idan bat keladon ru ke jing phliu jingmut na deng kiriu shimpang bat ki Khynnah school hagani ngi la sam khusnam ru shi Khynnah school ki ba khur jing job ma ke jing kop drawing lapanwai ke jing lang da ki kentien khublei na u Reverend KL Khongla de Jowai City Ymca
particularly about suicide prevention. We thank God that in our society, in our state, not much of this spirit or of this thought, the suicidal thought, it had taken over people of our state. So we thank God for that. Even though, of course, suicidal cases are here and there in our state, in our district especially, but we thank God that it is not random, it is not common. So we thank God for that, and through today's program, I believe you will be able to get more knowledge on how to prevent these mental health issues. Now, mental health is a vast topic. Mental health is not like a common disease where we can detect and diagnose. Because mental health, we have to look for the symptoms, the very indefinite symptoms where a person shows slowly. For example, Samir had mentioned depression, anxiety, isolation, fear. These are the small symptoms that we find in mental health that cannot be detected very quickly. And many a times as people, as students also especially, because this is your program, so as students also we find that we go through, I know as students you go through a period where there is a peer pressure and you feel uncomfortable. You feel looked down. You lose that self-confidence. So that slowly affects your brain and your nervous system. And eventually that will lead to depression, that will lead to anxiety. So these are the things that are included in mental health issues. And we find that in today's world, many of us, be it the young people, be it the elder people, we all have some kind of depression or the other, even though we do not recognize it. So as students also you do have, I know that you do have some kind of depression, some kind of anxiety, especially as I've said earlier, exam stress, right? Do you agree with me that you all have exam stress before your exams? Yes, right? So in one way or the other, we all have our own issues. We have our own mental health issues. And if not addressed, it will lead to grave consequences and which will ultimately lead to this suicidal thought.
Anyone, they don't have anyone. Even they have their parents, share. So that's why whoever, MP can come to even the students, among the students, if anyone facing such issues, mental issues, Ymca open up to you. You need to talk with someone. Talk to teachers. First approach young people, like talk to your teachers. Ma'am, miss, sir, problem I think they will guide you. Professional help. No. So next, you only think up next the need on seek help. The one program, the one attend program. What next? Need a governance program. Governance program talk to here. Next camera young people aware in PE. You have young sem young people aware of the local job young people, aware of the Jingim sem young people, aware of the pupil young people. Nepa war do chamber again. We are talking mental health. The next camera young people awareness. Awareness young people you have to talk. Hap lu one more pair yung pil ni MD kit ule one was yang sup ule hap kalam piki hap ong piki hap tu irap mau man pigam ni hap tu dawai pi hap live chief doctor hap tu counselors pi mau ong man piki pair pi man igam tu ngal man igam ni pi la jar mau sia pigam te first thing is aware them, make sure to we are ready to guide them in such a way to seek the professional help to pan pigi help negi counselors come no I heta civil hospital ye long ME the counselors to a counseling anytime la kwa pigi we one heta civil hospital pi on ki on hewan kwa chem counselors to man kam te gam ni they'll guide you, they'll give you counseling they'll bon sin kwa are fi do ka te one is pure pile you can write to the DMNHO office, you can write to the civil hospital. Ong baik kita, Ymca governance support school, Ymca governance support college kami.
Person, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or whatnot. I got a word from my teacher that they say, he's not a studious boy. When I was studying, they say, you study a lot, how come you didn't score? It wasn't the teacher's fault. It wasn't my parents' fault. Because my process of what I studied, I cannot remember more than what should be remembered. And I struggle a lot. No, the concentration, the way we concentrate, how it's, teachers knows, like, we set a schedule, a timetable for every period, maximum 45 minutes, right? Because that is the range where we can fully concentrate on each and every subject. Beyond that, we cannot comprehend what the teachers are teaching. So, what is mental health? It includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. The way we feel, the way we think, and the way we interact with others. How we handle stress, communicate with others, and we make decisions. The way we think in our brain that is how we speak. So, if our mind is sound, the way we speak also will become clear. If our mind is not sound, are we thinking in the right manner or not? So we cannot say the things which are right from our mouth. It will be the same. So it is not just the absence of mental health is more than just the absence of mental disorder. It includes the total well-being, physical, spiritual, knowledge, financial. When we grow up, we work. When we work, we are checking our financial capacity because that determines how we interact with the society, how we interact with others. If we are financially supplied when we work, if the salary we get we can manage, then we are fine. But if we cannot manage with the salary that we get, if we spend more than what is needed to be spent, then we are struggling mentally. What is our next salary? How will we?
These narrations underline that mental health challenges are not new, and even those who are close to God, those who are religious, you can say, even they have such narrations of discomfort in their personal life. But this does not mean that we are defeated. I want to say it again. We are not defeated. Shall we say yes? Yes, we are not defeated. You know the problems why we are defeated because we give in to that situations. The problem that we are defeated because we think that we can no longer proceed. The problem that we get defeated is because that we say that that's the end of my life. And we start to have a negative thinking. So we have to come out of that. So timely attentions and practical guidance can reduce the impact of overwhelming depression.